Evening, guard. I received the news of an incident regarding the unsanctioned use of magic. Yes, that's correct. I'm here in the name of the Fifth Order to deal with the perpetrator. I have my papers here if you'd like to see them. The written orders, the High Mage's seal, it's all there. I'll be taking custody of your prisoner and transporting them to a facility where we can... Yes, I am plenty aware of the circumstances. To be honest, I thought given those circumstances you'd be anxious for me to take them off your hands. Who knows how long the seal will hold? If I remember correctly, you don't even have a proper mage stationed here. Yes, please, take me to them. Well, unlock the cell. I promise I can't contain any issues that might arise. Thank you. You can leave now. You've had a rough couple of days, haven't you, prisoner? I'm sure you're still getting over the shock of discovering your new powers. I saw them rebuilding the bell tower on my way here. They're making good progress. Might be done within the month. Do you have a name? Well, I hope you aren't too attached to it. The Order will give you a new one. My name is Mazarine, Elder Mage of the Fifth Order. The Doomweaver? I didn't know those rumors were still going around. That's all they are, rumors. Do I really look that scary to you? Don't answer that. I've found over the decades that there is no easy way of doing this, so I won't beat around the bush. I'm here to take you away. I'll be taking you to the Order's headquarters outside the capital, where we will assess your abilities. We can stop by your home and gather your things, and you can say your goodbyes. Surely there's something you'd like to bring, or someone you'd want to say goodbye to? Are you afraid of hurting someone? Because if that's the case, then I can... Alright then, we can go. I brought a horse for you. Come on. That's alright, you can step out of the cell. You couldn't channel magic even if you wanted to. Wards are simple but strong spells. And I have one blocking you from channeling. It won't calm down unless I make it. Are you sure you don't want to say goodbye to anyone? Very well. Come on. That horse is yours. Her name is Juniper. And this mighty steed here is called Quietfoot, on account of him not being able to make much sound. Haven't heard so much as a whinny out of him since I got him. You do know how to ride, don't you? Well, I'll just hop up then. I'll lead her. Steady. Yep, make sure both feet are in the stirrups. Not all the way forward like that. You want the ball of your foot right there. Perfect. Sit up straight, but not too stiff. You won't fall, I promise. Come on, girl. You got it. Just relax. She knows what she's doing. So, tell me what happened. Well, I know that you caused the bell tower to collapse when you accidentally channeled. I mean, assuming it was an accident. You don't seem like the type to destroy bell towers on purpose. Were people hurt? But no one was killed, right? It doesn't matter if they could have been killed. Thinking about could-haves and would-haves and should-haves get you nowhere. You didn't mean to hurt anyone, right? That's what matters. Intention is what matters. I'll teach you how to get it under control. In the beginning, it's like lightning. You don't know where it'll strike. The magic just leaps out of you before you even know what's happening. You know, I brought down a monastery the first time I channeled. People were hurt. People were killed. Good people. And it messed me up so horribly that I hid in the woods for nearly 2 years, too afraid to be near anyone, until old sorcerer from the order took pity on me and made me his apprentice. You're lucky. No one got killed. And with the right training, no one ever will. Unless on purpose. You didn't care enough to say goodbye, so why do you care what they think of you? Silence. I don't like the look of those clouds gathering on the horizon. I don't know if we'll make it to the next town in time. There is a cave not too far from here. We should plan on staying the night. It'll be dark by the time the storm passes. Come on, we'll be there soon. How are you holding up? Look, I know we're strangers, and I've just taken you away from the only place you've ever known. But you're in my charge now. We better get used to each other. Just tired, huh? Well, surely you have some questions for me. Common folk don't often know much about magic, and I'm sure you're no different. The Order likes to keep everything hush-hush. Go on, ask away. I'll do my best to answer. Nothing? Here, roll up your sleeves and give me your hands. It's alright, I'm just going to show you something. See these symbols glowing on your wrist? These symbols are instructions, and in your case, these particular ones are the instructions for the earthquake that weakened the foundations of the bell tower. Oh, you've had them for a few days. You just haven't seen them until now. More should become visible as you gather spells. See, there is a blanket of energy over the world. It pulls in certain places. And sometimes a human is born that draws this energy to them like moths to a flame. And it manifests like this. Here, look at mine. They cover my entire body because I've spent centuries collecting them. Every time you learn one of these symbols, it becomes etched into your very being. You can never forget a word of the true tongue. These symbols are the code to life. They are sacred. They are powerful. They destroy cities and heal the sick. And I will teach you how to use them. I'd rather not take you to headquarters if I can avoid it. It's a bunch of bureaucratic nonsense, to be honest. They'll likely assign me as your mentor anyway, seeing as I'm the one who found you and I currently have no apprentice. So, would you accept my offer? Will you be my apprentice? You don't need to be scared. I promise that no mistake you make will ever harm anyone. I won't let that happen. Listen, the only way to gain control is to learn. You have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to make mistakes. I will teach you and keep you safe, alright? You don't need to be afraid of your own power. Never be afraid of power. Of yours or anyone else's. No, of course not. Don't be afraid of me either. I know you have heard tales of my ruthlessness. Or, rather, the ruthlessness of the Doomweaver. When you live as long as I have, you become a legend. For better or for worse. The truth is that those tales are remnants from a different era. Long before you, of a country in turmoil. And if I were half as bad as the legends say, then the Order would have me locked away, not taking on your apprentices. Tell me, do I look like a weaver of doom? No, I'm just a simple mage who maybe has been alive for too long. Yes, I know I don't look like it. Mages are among the most vain people in the world. And I'm no different. My magic keeps me young. But you need not concern yourself with staying young. You have some growing up to do before I teach you how to hide gray hairs. Now, surely you have at least one question for me. Ask away. Well, the first few years are pretty much the same for any apprentice. You will accompany me on cases and jobs in the towns under my jurisdiction, which will give you first-hand experience in the field. After a year or so, you will have an exam. It's rare to fail, so long as you have improved, even if it isn't by much. You will officially be the part of the Order. The first year is just a trial of sorts. Well, if you fail, if you really are that hopeless, then the Order will permanently take away your ability to do magic. They say it's for the sake of safety, that it isn't a punishment. But I doubt it feels that way. You might work a clerical job, or become a servant for the Order. They won't turn you out on the street, at the very least. But this isn't something you'll have to worry about. I have never failed a single apprentice before. Right. After the first exam, you'll continue your training. It takes most apprentices 5 or so years. From there, you will either be assigned to a post, or go to the academy. They do all sorts of works there. Experiments, research, preservation of ancient texts, things like that. Your chance to decide your path will come. For now, our goal is to teach you how to control your magic. I'm afraid leaving the Order isn't exactly an option. How well do you know your history? Well, there was a civil war long before your time, before mine even. With any war, the reasons for the conflict were complicated. But put simply, one side wanted complete freedom to practice magic, and the other side wanted magic banned completely. They were afraid that those with magic would rise to power and become tyrants. There were witch hunts that led to deaths of hundreds of thousands of suspected practitioners. And, of course, they retaliated with magic. Eventually, the order was formed under a new king, and magic was heavily regulated. These days, it's illegal to practice magic without the order's permission. Well, there are rogue mages, but it's a dangerous life. You can be killed for intentionally practicing magic without the order's approval. And there is no such thing as a retired mage. You work for the order until you die. Well, sometimes I think about disappearing for a while, going on a sabbatical. There have been times where I have disagreed with the order, but I've never seriously considered leaving. It would be far too dangerous. Why do you look so suspicious? Do you think I'm lying to you? I told you the tales about the Doom Weaver weren't true. Whatever you heard about me concerning rebellion and corruption is purely fiction. I'll have you know I'm quite respected as one of the senior-most mages still active in the field. Feared, even. You saw my seal. I can't show it to you again. You're right. I usually wouldn't concern myself with a little backwater town like yours. Usually when young mages are found, they're delivered to the order and then assigned a mentor. But I was nearby and had no apprentice, so I figured I would make you my problem before the others could get to you. Trust me, you're better off as my apprentice. You wouldn't learn anything useful from most other mages. They're all for show, to be honest. Most of the mages born in the last century don't know more than a few weak incantations. The scholars keep the more powerful spells under lock and key. Well, it's because it's dangerous to let one person gain too much power. So they say anyway. The real reason they don't teach certain types of magic anymore is because of their disdain for dark magic. They hear dark and they think evil. It's only dark because it requires a sacrifice. For example, that earthquake you caused. I made a point of avoiding the river as we left, but it was full of dead fish. You accidentally channeled their life force. You're lucky I got to you first. If the Order found out you used dark magic without even being taught, without even thinking about it, they would have your head. But don't worry, the Order never has to know. I'll teach you how to channel life force without killing anything. Yes, technically it's still considered dark magic, and technically still a heinous crime. But it only makes a creature lethargic for a day or two, really, if you're careful about it. It just requires a certain precision. Light magic, on the other hand, works by channeling free mana. This is the same as a life force, except it isn't attached to anything. It's easier to manipulate, but less potent. Think of steam. In a confined space, the pressure can be used to create energy. In an open space, it's quite useless. Am I making any sense? Oh, good. I have a feeling you will catch on quickly. I think tomorrow we shall skip the city and travel to my home. I'll send a message to notify the Order that you are my apprentice, and we can jump right into your training. It's probably best we avoid crowds for now anyway. Well, I live in the foothills, in a little cabin in the forest. You can make it to the closest town and back in a day, but it's tucked out of sight from prying eyes. We can be there by tomorrow night if we take a Waygate. Oh, don't worry about that. I'll tell you about Waygates tomorrow. I need to take care of something first. Keep the fire going while I'm gone. I know it's still raining. I have a spell to keep myself dry. I need to, commune. In private. No, it's not a euphemism. Many of us have our patrons. I'm simply going to pray. Perhaps you should too. Well, if they haven't answered yet, then perhaps you're praying to the wrong gods. Don't let the fire die, alright? The wards will stay up. You'll be fine on your own, I promise. Alright, I'll be back soon.